Hello everyone, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. We are doing a reaction video today. If there's anything you see online and you're like, I think Robert needs to see this, you can send it to me in a message at RobertWLSH on Instagram or just at me in the comments and I'll take a little look. Alright, so go ahead and follow me on Instagram and subscribe if you haven't already. And as I always like to say before we do these videos, individuality and creativity have no rules, but makeup most definitely has a theory. So,
if you've ever wanted to learn how to contour your face, save this video. Just click the save button right now, save it, because I'm doing this once and I'm wrapping it up for everybody to learn. You're going to need a cream contour product. I don't care what that contour product looks like. Is it a stick? Is it in a pan? Is it like a Rare Beauty little funky stick? Whatever it is, pick your product. We're going to town. As much as I would like to say the best way to pop on your contour is to bang, 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 it's wrong, okay? It's not wrong. There are products that have been made that it's like easy to use a cream contour stick, but if you want the perfect contour, you want to work it into a brush first. I'm going to be using the Sculpt by Makeup by Mario. This is in the shade Light Medium. I'm very pale. I do not have any fake tan on anymore, so I'm going to work it into the brush first. Once you feel like you've picked enough, you're going to work it on the back of your hand and push that product into the brush. Placement is key, okay? And everyone has a different face shape. So what you need to do is grab your thumb and have a feel for where the base of your cheekbone is. Mine sits there, yours might sit lower, some might sit a little bit higher. I don't care. Just put your thumb at the base of your cheekbone where you can find that hollow, and you're going to place your contour in that hollow, and you're not going to go all the way down your face. Where the tip of your eyebrow is, you're going to stop there. Stop in that position. Once it's in the hollow of your cheekbone, you're just going to buff it out. Same on the other side. Where that hollow is, wherever that is for you, work that brush into the hollow. And then just buff it out. And the reason why we use cream products is because they're easy to manipulate. So if you fuck it up, you pick up your foundation brush and you use it like a little eraser. If you want to have a really snatched back moment, what I like to do, that same angle that we use at the base of our cheekbone, parallel on the temple. Literally just go from here and pop it there. Make sure it's not like a dot and you're actually blending that thing out. You can also take this product in your eye socket, the forehead. I've got a 3-finger rule. 3 fingers above the brow, that's what you need to contour. Now, if you place 3 fingers and you're lucky enough and you've got a small fucking head, well, then you don't need to contour your forehead. But if you're like me, you can land a plane on this fucking thing. You basically take the brush outside of those 3 fingers and you contour that entire kefala. We're starting to get there. If you're a slick back girly like me, can you please take that contour down the middle part of your head? Please, just for me. Just do it. Believe it or not, team, you don't actually have to contour your nose.
yes. Oh my gosh.
Shock horror.
Oh my gosh.
If you want to, fantastic. But if you don't want to, you don't have to.
Right.
If you want to use your finger and you want to make life fucking easy, pick up your contour, run from the tip of your eyebrow all the way down the side of your nose. It's as simple as that. You just run your hand down the side of your nose. Get across if you want for a little button and then down this base part of the nose. Take your brush and you can brush it out. And work down the jaw if you would like to work down the jaw. Make sure that you work your contour down your neck. Whatever you do, my golly gosh, blend that motherfucker. That's how you contour your skin. We now have definition around our face. Snatched.
See how beautiful a contour product is when you do it in the correct place. When you have such a nice placement and it's controlled. Because what happens when you... I did a whole video on this, right? What happens when you draw on like lines on your face, which we all do sometimes just to get it done. But if you are really struggling, when you draw lines on your face, you've put the product on already. There's no going back after you've done it here, unless you do take your foundation brush and buff it in. But then you have to blend the whole way across. And like, what's her name? Adele says in this video, find where, if you're enhancing your bone structure, not changing it, Find that area and keep it. What a great point from the outer corner of your brow, and tap it into place and then buff it out, because it's tidier, it's more precise, it's going to give you a more precise shadow rather than just dragging it across the face and then everything gets messy and everything's blending together and it all just becomes this huge pain.
I'm going to show you how I clean my makeup brushes. I use this kit from Amazon. I've been using it for years and it comes with this. I'm going to show you how. So first you're going to fill this up with water, and then you're going to put in like a liquid that cleans brushes. I have this one from the Beauty Blender brand. You can use anyone.
I've got to make that.
I'm just going to pour a little bit of that in here. For like antibacterial properties, I'm going to put a little bit of this antibacterial soap. I'm going to grab one of my dirtiest brushes and this little tool right here. And then you're going to find the one that fits this the best. So I'm going to do this one. It's better that it be tighter than loose. And then you put that on here. Then you're going to put it in here and turn it on. Look at how dirty the water gets. Do you see that? Oh my God, the water is so dirty. And then when you want it to dry, just take it off. You don't even have to wait for them to dry like in a traditional way. That's literally it. Good as new. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do it again for a bigger brush. I'm gonna have it dry now. Oh, just spray it everywhere. And it's literally good as new. You guys look at how white it is now. And that's it. The cool thing is that it has all these different sizes, like these little tiny holes, so I can put like my eyeshadow brushes in there too. Okay, these are all clean. I even did my beauty blenders, guys. Look at how nice.
I take issue with these machines, right? They obviously do come out clean. Story time. One time I was working in this place, and it was like a salon, and one of the other makeup artists there was like, oh, clean your brushes with this machine. And I was like, oh, no, I'd really rather just hand do it. I'm always a hand clean your brushes person. Anyway, so she was like, no, let me show you how it works. So we took one of my most expensive brushes, because I was like, how bad could it be? It's just water, you know what I mean? One of my most expensive brushes. And she dipped it in the water, which I hate anyway. And then did that thing where I was like, let's dry it out, where it splays out like this. My brush, as much as I try to, so when I clean a powder brush, right, I will always like reshape it when it's wet, lay it on its side to dry. So, oh my God, do they still make that? Because if you leave it like that, water's going to go down into here, which we'll talk about in a minute. My brush stayed like this after it dried. Even after I tried to do this, I even put, I even wet it again once and put one of those like mesh, like the net things on to try and reshape it. Completely ruined. If this was a $50 brush, $50 for a brush, I know, but they were my tools at the time, you know what I mean? Completely ruined it. I could never use that brush again, because if I wanted to use it for powder, it would be patchy, it would be awful. So do just, the way these things like spread out these brushes, your brush should never have to be like this. It should never have to be flat out like that, because it can ruin the shape. So do exercise caution when using quick methods like this to wash your brushes. Another reason why I prefer to wash them by hand and not to submerge them in water. Water shouldn't be in here. If you have any kind of respect for your brushes and your money, just hand wash them. Please hand wash them, and don't get water into this. Don't submerge your brush this far into the water like here, because, and although you may be doing it for like a year, at some point all the glue is going to come apart, it's going to be broken down. It's going to get all gross and moldy back here because it won't dry properly because it's under this. Loads of different things can happen. Remember, it's not just makeup. There's a science to it. There's a science to bacteria. There's a science to certain ingredients breaking down glues, breaking down things like this. So please just be really, really careful when cleaning your brushes.
Are beauty brands ever going to wake up and realize that sending a giant PR package with every single color and shade to a beauty influencer with 2.7 million followers is never going to give them the customer retention and loyalty that they so badly seek? The best way to achieve that would be to send all those PR packages to working makeup artists who see thousands of faces a year who are constantly being asked about which products they like, which products they use, and where to buy them. Send them to your regular, degular, micro-influencer makeup artists, beauty brands. Let's get with the times.
This trend, it's basically where a creator like faces away and they say something and they turn around like, who said that, when it's obviously them saying it. It's trying to get a point across, right? I agree and disagree. Yes, makeup artists do see thousands of faces, you know, across whatever. But a lot of the time, your clients aren't looking to buy anything from you unless you work in beauty retail and, you know, maybe they have an appointment or they're looking for a foundation match. A lot of the time, clients aren't looking to buy something and they might ask, oh, what is that? And then they might be interested in that. But what's happening there is working makeup artists don't work on millions of faces a year. And a big brand could send something to an influencer and 1 million people will see it, even if they don't have 1 million subscribers. I don't have 1 million followers on Instagram, but my reach, my videos have been seen by, this month, 3 million people from the statistics. So as nice as it would be, and I always say this because I get it, in an ideal world, makeup artists, the consumers, people who absorb content like this would be sent, who consume beauty content, would be sent products. It'll be really nice. And yes, that's a great idea because a working makeup artist is going to use every single shade, but you don't actually get anything back from that. You may get 1 or 2 clients, 1 or 2 customers, but they might get 1 or 2 people buying a foundation after they've had their makeup done. I didn't realize that foundation here, great. But really, at the end of the day, and again, I don't disagree with them in the fact that it's a terrible idea. I think it's a great idea. I do think brands should do it more. They should, you know, they should reach out to micro-influencers, and a lot of them do actually. Micro-influencers get a lot more deals because their audience are more engaged than a lot of like bigger influencers, right? But the fact is, a brand will send out big PR boxes with every shade in to one person because they may have millions of views from people of all different skin tones. So for example, me, a brand will send me a foundation, like a big box of foundations with all the skin tones in. Not all my audience are my skin tone. So all my followers who are off different skin tones are going to see, oh, that brand caters to my skin tone. Do I keep all of them? No. A lot of them get donated. Some of them are in my professional kit. Some of them are my personal kit. I give it to friends, this kind of stuff. The fact is, you may work on thousands of faces, but these influencers are going to have millions of views. Whether that be over a year, millions of people, it weighs it out. And they wouldn't do it if it wasn't a tried and practiced and tested thing with good results. And again, I'm not like being like, oh, leave the brands alone. I'm not sticking up for the brands. I'm just being realistic. I'm just saying, you know, in an ideal world, wouldn't it be great if micro-influencers got more brand deals, if they went on more brand trips? Wouldn't it be great if customers got PR, if customers went on brand trips? But that isn't how it works, unfortunately. I agree, it would be great. I mean, if I personally came up with my own brand, I would love to give the product to makeup artists because they know what they're doing. They know, you know, they can give really great feedback, but that's not quite how it works. They wouldn't do it if it didn't work. And if we're talking about brand loyalty, a makeup artist could be loyal to a brand, yes, but brand loyalty isn't what it used to be. A lot of people's loyal products are their foundation, their concealer, their mascara, because once you find something that works for you, that's it, you know, that's your go-to. But brand loyalty is different to how it used to be. Again, speaking from experience, as someone who's been in the beauty industry for a very long time, brand loyalty doesn't exist like that anymore. People want to try new things, so brands aren't looking for brand loyalty as much as they used to. They definitely want people to be loyal. That's why a lot of them come out with so many mascaras. It's a repeat product. But the pattern we see in sales now is trying to launch the new next viral product one after the other. And again, is it a good thing? No, because I would love it if a brand brought out an iconic product that was their iconic product they had. I would love it if brands continue to try and make their own iconic products rather than copying each other. But the beauty industry has changed to a point where brand loyalty isn't an expectation. Customers as well, consumers, aren't reliant on brands anymore to tell them what to do. They aren't even reliant on makeup artists anymore to tell them what to do. A lot of people can do their own wedding makeup. They can do their own, you know what I mean? The beauty world has changed completely. And I really don't think brands are seeking loyalty at the moment. it's a good thing and they would like it, but I think they're seeking virality.
Attention all 2025 brides. I have some day of makeup tips for you. You ready? Okay, let's go. The first is Lumify drops.
Right here.
If you're a crier or not. These are going to whiten the whites of your eyes and make you look much more alive and much more awake. If you're a crier, apply a little bit of Vaseline on the inner and outer corners of your eyes. Tears tend to come out of the corners of your eyes. By placing a little bit of Vaseline there, you'll create a little bit of a barrier that will prevent tears from coming out and ruining.
That's fucking genius. That is absolute genius. I had never thought of that. I'd never thought of that. I'm just waterproof everything.
Makeup. Pick up one of these mini Charlotte Tilbury airbrush setting powders and pack this in your bridal purse along with the clean powder puff so you can easily touch up your makeup throughout the day. Next, skip all of your serums day of. The more you have in your skin before going in with your makeup, the more likely your makeup is to pill. And
absolutely. I feel like the day off your makeup is a complete... Sorry, I can't stop applying this colour. I love it so much. The day off your oh my god. The day off your wedding makeup should be, skin prep should be different to all the time. You don't want to overdo it. That's why I always say to people, please don't do a sheet mask on the morning of your wedding.
Eventually slide all over your face. I'm going to catch heat for this one, but if you can, ditch the sunscreen day of as well.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm a big fan of sunscreen. I wear it every single day, but unless you're getting married in like Turks and Caicos, where you're going to be getting direct sunlight in the scalding heat all day long, or if you have family history of skin cancer, of course, please do not skip the sunscreen. But if you can manage it for one day, you'll be really happy when you get your pictures back because sunscreen, regardless if it has a white cast or not, when you put it on, does create flashback in photos. Trust me.
Someone asked me if this was real once, a real thing. Sunscreen works by reflecting light, right? Or of sunlight. Or either way, light bounces off sunscreen. Light bounces off SPF. So photography-wise, flashback, you're gonna have like a paler face. It's gonna appear lighter. It's gonna appear paler than the rest of your body. So skipping sunscreen, even products with sunscreen in, is a good idea.
And nix the tretinoin and the retinol products 2-3 weeks before the big day. Really want to avoid anything that's going to rapidly create cell turnover because that's going to mess with your makeup big time and make it flaky. Okay, last tip, use individual false lashes instead of strip lashes. They're much more natural looking and so much lighter, and you won't have to worry about them lifting or poking you in the eye or just being generally uncomfortable.
I would never do that because I just don't give myself the time. Eyelaws, number 117, they're my go-to wedding lashes. What great advice. Absolutely incredible advice. That is so... The Vaseline thing, beautiful. Don't use Vaseline as a primer. That's really cool. That's a really cool idea. Oh, great advice. Do you remember these are making a comeback for some reason? I keep seeing them all over social media. I do not like these. Let me tell you why. They're cool for like festivals. Like imagine wearing that at a festival, cute. Or this even though that looks horrible. I think she put that one on backwards. But that's cute, like for a thing. This, however, that's meant to be like a normal eyeshadow and liner. They're just a bit finicky and there's no blend and they do start to kind of crease up. You bear in mind you put on temporary tattoos, you dampen them, so they're a little bit wet. So they're going to dry up and shrivel a tiny bit. So when they're on your lid, they, again, it's precision as well, but this looks awful. This just looks like poorly applied makeup. And you can't even blend it. It doesn't even look blended. And then even if you wanted to go over with a little bit of powder or a little bit of eyeshadow, they just look shit. can't be real. That can't be real. That made me sweat. If this is real, a few things that are really, really concerning. The person's dirty hand. Makeup all over it. They're not clean. This isn't how you put contact lenses in someone. On someone's eyes. It does not take 2 fingers. You're not wrapping the contact. My eyes are hurting. What you could do, if you are a makeup artist and you're putting someone's contact lens in, if the model can't do it themselves, you have it on your finger and you make sure it's the right way around. Some contact lenses, you can use a contact lens upside down, and there's a point here. Oh, my eyes. When you hold a contact lens, if it looks like it's doing this, like if it's very hardly noticeable. If it looks like there's a rim around the edge, it's like inside out, so you need to turn it around. But you put the contact lens on, like, I guess like this nibby bit on your finger. You take a sponge, you ask your client to look up. You very gently rest the sponge and just press very lightly. The client looks up. You then cup under the eye very slightly and then just gently push the lens on, and they should be able to blink, and it would fall into place. If it's the right way round, it will cup the iris, the colour part of the eye. This is disgusting. This could give you I mean, that makeup, I don't mean to be rude, but come on. That it can't be real. It just can't be real. But this is on someone's page. I think they sell samples of makeup. So what is this? I don't understand. I don't understand. Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me. Please do consider subscribing. Give this video a thumbs up. If you see anything online that you think I need to see, send it to me. Tag me in it. I will see you very, very soon. Bye.